That was Angelic Noise with PolarBear Kingdom, and we are sitting here with Angelic and Trevor, who make up the duo that is Angelic Noise.
Hello.
Thank you both so
Hi
much
there.
for being here. We're
Thank
so stoked
you.
to have you all here. So PolarBear Kingdom is the latest single that you all have.
It's a call for people to go experience the joys of nature, but also there's that superficial layer to it, but underneath it's also a more personal song about my own experience of what I feel when I'm writing, when I'm looking at. It feels like a polar bear kingdom. It's cold and
Sure.
it's peaceful. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
Something that I have found very unique about you all, just from talking to you like over the last week here and there, is that you all mentioned that you have different versions of your songs for different seasons, which I love. And I'm just curious, well, what is the story about that? What do you add to each season to
Well, I think it changes when our feelings change.
Yeah.
Or how many times we might have played something live. There's a different spark of inspiration that leads the song to be pulled in a different direction. And sometimes that's my doing, sometimes that's Trevor's doing. But usually when it happens, it's extremely organic. So it's not necessarily on purpose. It's usually we're bored, or we're at shows where there's nobody there, so we just like to mess around and just play something a little different.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes.
And then we end up falling in love with it even more, than the original. So that's kind of how these versions have happened. It makes you love the song again in a different way, and it pulls different pieces out of it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a willingness to open our minds and think about what the song could be, and even though she writes a great hook or a great line, it's like, okay, well, what's the way we want to serve that?
Right.
And it's going to be different if we're on a beach in California in the summertime playing a gig, or if we're at a mountain lodge in the winter, here in Oregon.
Yeah, or like a winery or a proper venue,
Sure.
all those, there's different people there, and the energy is different, and you really have to listen to, the environment around you and respond.
This show is called No Dudes Radio Hour, so I do have to ask Angelic, so what has your experience been like as a female songwriter?
Well, I think I got really lucky in a way because, like Trevor said earlier, I met an engineer here in Portland that worked with Portland Underground Hip Hop, DJ Zone, and also with Smoke. They both were very respectful and kind to me, and really helped me feel comfortable pursuing my own creative outlet, I guess. But I've also had like a weird time with it too, because I feel like whether it's male or female or whatever, it's more of, how do I put this? Your drive, how much drive people have to complete a song or to jot down lyrics and have a final outcome. And I felt like that was really difficult. It was less of me being like a female and more me trying to find the right person with the right kind of drive that had a similar vision. That everybody's so different. So to find somebody that like complements you and what you're trying to do, I honestly kind of was like, oh, maybe I'll find him, maybe I won't. And and then I found this partnership with Trevor, and it's been incredible. It's been difficult, but it's been very rewarding, and I'm very excited to see what happens next, because I have little ideas of who we might play with or what a song could be, but at the end of the day, I know that if I put too much focus on it and try to be too specific, I would never get anything done. So
I also have to ask, because this is No Dudes Radio Hour, what are some of your favorite female and non-dude musicians?
Well, I should have been prepared.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I hit everybody with these
maybe
questions.
Trevor can go
I'm going to
first.
help you
Oh,
out. 'Cause
yes.
I know who you like, but I you know, just, you know, Lana Del Rey, Regina Spektor,
Yeah.
Fiona Apple comes to mind. She's really showed me a lot of Fiona Apple records that I really like. Last week we talked about Shannon and the Clams.
Right, yes.
That's
exactly.
always been one for me.
One of our favorites here at New Dudes.
You know, all kinds. My mom used to listen to Bonnie Raitt growing up.
Sure, yeah.
And, you know, my dad would listen to Fleetwood Mac records.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of what comes to mind.
Yeah. Dude, so,
And let's be honest, old school, no doubt.
Yes.
Those
Oh,
were
absolutely. Angelic, you had also mentioned when we talked last week that one of your biggest female influences is your mom, which is really cool.
Yes, my mom and my great grandma. Well, the ladies in my life have just been such a positive influence for me. Specifically in singing, and I remember actually a very specific time in my life. I think I was I was in 8th grade.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that new Katy Perry song at the time, which was like California Girls.
Okay.
All right, come on. I'm in 8th grade.
Mhm.
No shame here. And I remember listening in my headphones in the living room and just like singing it. And my mom came up to me and she was like, "You can't try to sing like other people.
Oh.
Sing how you sing. Like, don't
Yeah.
try to be somebody else."
Right.
And that's always like stuck with me.
So your new album, PolarBear Kingdom, what's unique about this album?
What's unique is that even before the song America, What's This Idea, before I met Trevor, my goal was to have more of a full real instrument sound to my
Yeah.
album instead of just like the beats. And so that is what I've been gearing towards, is having more of a full sound with like real drums and real guitar and harmonica or violin, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that PolarBear Kingdom EP is an introductory period of what is to come
Okay.
for Angelic Noise.
Very
So it kind of
nice.
is more of like the bare bones, us stripping down and doing the acoustic version. You know, we had added a little bit of you know, trumpet and percussion, but still very simple. And I'm hoping to kind of lead into that simplicity, but also add some, you know, I don't know, some rage and some stuff in this next album.
Yeah.
And maybe a little rock influences from Trevor, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you never know. Yeah, but that's how it's different, and that's where I want to go.
PolarBear Kingdom as well, so I wanted to make sure to give that a shout out as
And
well.
it's in the real snow, guys. It is in the snow. It is
Mountain
at
yes,
Oregon.
yes, it is.
It was cold.
Yeah.
I am wearing
It does look cold, but it
snow
looks
boots.
cozy at the same time. And well, thank you both so much, Angelic and Trevor,
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
Thank you
here.
so much.
Just we're stoked to have you here on Portland Radio Project. And Trevor, you are the first dude ever on No Dudes.
I'm honored. It's
thank you for
because I'm next to a wonderful woman and a very powerful
yes,
woman. And,
absolutely.
And, we make a great team together. I'm so thankful for her.
But don't forget who's boss.
I do whatever she says.
Right. And without further ado, here is Life Goes By from their new album, PolarBear Kingdom, right here on Portland Radio Project.